Okay, so let's continue our lecture. So after you understand the fabrication or the design process, okay, step by step, now I will teach you how to do the mass layout design. Okay, so you got the idea. The final step will be you need to draw the final dimension, the structures step by step onto the layout. So later on, you will use this layout to separate into different masking material, masking layers for mask fabrication. So once you got the mask back, you can use the mask to do the fabrication process step by step to get your final device. Okay. So now I will teach you how to do the mask layout using the mask layout software to do the design. So first I give you some introduction. Okay. So the mass layout software, there are actually different kind of types of software. The first one is the we call the CAD software. CAD is a computer aided design software. The computer aided design software, there are several functions. The first one we call the simulator. The simulator is they have different purpose for different simulation. Okay, for example, like the MATLAB. MATLAB is a math lab. Okay. Actually, you are doing the mathematical simulation, okay, inside this environment. So it can be used as like an analog the hardware design. And SPICE, this is the name of the software. Okay, SPICE is a simulator for the IC design. Okay, you can simulate the circuit when they put all the components together. What kind of function it will have? So you can use SPICE for the simulation. IntelliCAD or IntelliSuite, that's the software we are going to introduce 2 weeks later. It's a MEMS software. So this software has some very simple ability to do the bulk machining simulation. And also, after you build up the structure, they can do electrostatic or using for the thermal related things simulation for the MEMS structure. Okay, surface mount machine structure. That's in IntelliSuite. And LEdit is the current software I like to introduce to you. This is a layout software. Okay, so actually they have some extension not only for layout drawing. After you draw the layout, they also can do the SPICE simulation and also some simpler MEMS related simulation. But the strength of this software is for layout design. Okay, means that you draw structures. Okay, MEMSCAP is similar to IntelliSuite. Okay, developed by different country. I think IntelliSuite is developed by United States and MEMSCAP is developed by Europe. I think, yeah, different country. MANCAD, not Covento. Sorry, Covento will. MANCAD, yeah, MANCAD is Covento is by United States. And sorry, so there are some different software, traditional software, more traditional software. They are dealing with different kind of physics. For example, like fluid mechanics, like a solid mechanics. Fluid mechanics is like a using Phoenix is for CFD, CFX, and Fluent. Those are fluid mechanics simulator. And ANSYS is a solid mechanics simulator. But now they extend their ability into multi-physics, including the electrostatic, electromagnetics, and other things combined together with the solids. But they are not good to deal with fluid mechanics things. So currently, the fluid mechanics is sometimes still separated from solid mechanics. But I think the console can deal both of them together. I'm not listing console here. Console is a relatively newer software. Okay, so those are simulator you can consider. Some are layout design software, some are simulators. Okay, so the purpose for them are you can use them for IC circuit simulation, or for the MEMS structure or MEMS device function simulation. You can solve some different mechanical problem or fluid mechanics problem as well. Okay, and this is one type, so called the simulator. Simulators help you to design the structure and the dimension and now you can get the dimension from your simulation. And the second type is we call the layout software. Layout software is only for you to draw the layout. Okay, so before you do the detailed simulation, actually maybe you can consider to do the layout first. It depends. Some software allow this to do the layout first, then extract the layout into the three-dimensional structure. But some does not allow this kind of things. You need to draw a three-dimensional structure by yourself inside the simulator. Okay, depends. Okay, but layout software is mainly for fabrication purpose. Actually, when you draw the layout in out, the layout can be separated layer by layer for max fabrication. Okay. So the layout software for ICs are some very famous, like a Magic, like a Van, like a AutoCAD, or Cadence. I did not mention Cadence here. Yeah. So most of the IC design software are like a workstation-based software. That means that you cannot do it at your home by using a computer, personal computer. They need a lot of space, memories, to remember the design you have. So you need to go to the high-speed computer center using the workstation, maybe in your lab, I don't know, but definitely not at house, at home. So among them, I think Aerodit is most easy to use because they provide the PC version software. So this is, I think, so far the only IC design software you can get for the PC, on the PC for the simulation. So that's why we will teach you how to use this software to do the layout. Okay, and Aerodit can be used for both IC and the MEMS. The differences of the IC and the MEMS layout is the structure is a little bit different. For IC, we draw only wires, lines, those kind of structure, rectangular structures. So you don't see other different kind of like a circle or curving structures in IC design. Usually they are straight or rectangle structures. So they use that structure only for electrical connection. Okay. So they don't have other mechanical purpose. But for MEMS layout, the difference is we usually apply a different kind of structures, like circles, like some kinds of nozzles, or changes, or maybe different curving structures. Those structures are not a typical IC structures. Okay, so that's why in the MEMS layout software, the traditional IC software is not quite suitable. Because like for Magic or Van, if you use them to design MEMS structure, you need to break the final structure into smaller structure, smaller rectangular structure. Then you combine a small rectangular structure to become one circle structure or one curving structure. It's not that easy to use. Okay, so that's a problem. Okay, so that's why the more professional software like the Aerodit is better to use. But in addition to this kind of professional MEMS layout software, people are using like AutoCAD, those kind of mechanical structural design software. Okay, it's also okay because nowadays those kind of layout after they output into some kind of spatial files, those files can be read now by using spatial software to transfer into the machine language for mass fabrication. But in the past, it's not that easy, actually. You need to use very spatial file transfer program or software to do that. But currently, like Aerodit is a quite professional software. So Aerodit can accept a lot of different kind of files and then transfer the files into the final mass fabrication files, format files. So that's why I introduced this to you. Hopefully in the future you can learn and also get familiar with the software and become a very powerful tool for your future design. Okay? So the advantage to LEdit is, which is offered by Tanner Research. Okay, it's a PC-based portable system. So other things, most of them are Unix workstation. So it's not easy to carry, but LEdit is easier to carry, and very easy to use. I will show you later on. Okay. And LEdit will provide shapes other than rectangles. Okay, so it provides also circles, polygons, inclined lines, Manhattan geometry. Manhattan geometry, that means all the geometry go 90 degrees, but they are not necessarily rectangle. They may be different structure combined together. We call the Manhattan geometry. Okay. And some very special non-Manhattan geometry, for example, like a 45-degree inclined wall combined into a rectangle structure. So those very special things together arbitrarily. So LEdit provide much more flexibility, okay, on the structures and shapes for mass design. But if you want to do some kind of very special curve structure design, still not easy by using LEdit. I need to speak frankly. So that's why some people still using AutoCAD, because AutoCAD you can define the equation of the curve, the formula of the curve. So follow the equation or follow the formula. In AutoCAD you can draw very spatial structure, but in LEdit is still not working that way. Okay, so that's why. Especially in like some fluid mechanics structure. In fluid mechanics structure, usually we will sometimes we will do the like spiral channels. The spiral channel is not a circular channel, so the radius, the dimension will gradually increase as your channel become longer and larger. Okay. So the spiral structure is a very special structure. You cannot use the traditional software to combine different circles together to become a spiral. It's not possible. So you need to give the equation, a spiral equation, in order to draw out the real spiral shape. Okay, for example. So that's why if you have this kind of consideration, you might come back to the AutoCAD, okay, to draw your structure, then bring it back. But AutoCAD is sometimes very confusing because when you're using the AutoCAD, the structure, when you finish the structure looks only several lines, a lot of lines gathered together. Sometimes it's, for you got confused about what's the interior, what's the outerior. That means what kind of masking material you want to have. Is it inside the structure or outside structure? So you need to define by yourself. But for LEdit, it is easier to understand because they give you colors for the whole surface. It's not only lines. Okay, there's differences. Okay, so you will see them later on. Okay, and the shapes. Okay, the first interesting thing, good thing is no problem to transfer the files into the zip file or GDS2. Currently, only these two files can be read by the machine for the mask fabrication. Okay, the difference for zip and the GDS2 is one is a binary. Okay, I think GDS2 is a binary code. This one is a ASCII code. The coding systems are different. But you are too young, so you don't know what the coding system means. Yeah, in our day, we need to understand the coding system because we need to write the computer code by ourselves. Yeah, either ASCII code or different binary code. Okay, but don't worry about that. So the software will take care of the code for you. So you just need to understand. Currently, there are two files which has been used for real mask fabrication. Okay, the zip file or GDS2 file. So all the drawing files, including TDB. TDB is a special drawing file for LEdit. Like AutoCAD has its own CAD file. Okay, those files need to be transferred into zip file or GDS2 file before they can do the real mask fabrication. Okay. And also interesting things, we can also do the cross-section viewer. That means after you draw the top down the structure. You see the structure from the top. Look at it from the top, right? You don't see the cross section. But sometimes people will have some mistake about the connection of the wires, the layer to layers. Sometimes the two layers is from the top, you see they are connected to each other, but they really are not, because they may have some material between. If you don't see the cross section, you won't see the connection, real connection. So that's why sometimes the cross section view is also important for you to verify if the structure are connected to each other correctly, especially for IC design. So LED is actually evolved from the IC design software actually. So these are very spatial property for IC design also been adopted into the MEMS design to allow you to see the cross section. Okay, so this is a good things. So now we'll go to some detail, okay, about the software. Actually, this is the old version. When you buy the book, they will offer you a disc with a student version edited. That's for old books, but the current new books, they don't offer this kind of software anymore. So it's a problem. Okay, so I asked TA to give you some kind of student version edited for practice, okay, purpose only. Okay, it's not commercial things. So in the past, it's like it's a DOS-based software actually. It's a very old version. So the install is very small, and you can skip up this part. You just understand. Just put it in and install the software. Okay. So after install the software, you will see some basic templates, including those kind of things. So I will show you on the other screen. Okay, to go through the detail, and once you are familiar with the environment, you are able to do the design easily. So it's very easy to operate. Once I show you in this course for like 1 hour, and you can come at home, do it by yourself easily, right away. Okay, no problem. Okay. Basic operation. Okay, now we come back, go to the other. Now we switch to the other screen. Okay, it's automatic. Okay, so after installation, you will see a file called LEdit here. It's an executive file. So you just open this file. Let me close it first. It's a version 7, okay. The student version. What's going on? Okay, so once you get in, you will see this kind of logo. Edit is a layout edition for Windows, version 7.12 for student. Okay. So students have some limitation about printout and also the file size. They give a restricted small area size for design, but it's okay. You can use this for practicing. But you want to use this to make the real final files for mass verification is not allowed. Okay. Change the color, okay? So you will see several things, okay? So let me follow our lecture notes and try to introduce each of them, okay? So now we go to the basic templates, okay? First is the menu bar. So the top is the menu bar. So in the menu bar, you see a lot of things inside, okay? Like when you are using Words or using PowerPoints, those kind of software, you will have a menu bar to tell you about what kind of a menu, what kind of things that you can use, okay? And also the mouse button. There's a mouse button, okay? So you can see the mouse will appear differently in the layout area and also in the selection area, okay, the template area, okay. So the center part, we call it the working area. The working area is the area you want to draw your layout, you draw your structure. Okay, outside we call it's a palette. That means you can select different kind of colors, different structures here, then come back here for drawing layout. And also you have a locator. Locator means you locate, give the coordinate of your current positions of your mouse. For example, if I put the mouse here, it's almost 0, right? It's at the origin, it's a 0. So see on this side, that's the indicator. So this indicator give you the coordinates of the current position of the mouse. Okay? Understand? Okay, 就是告诉你位置在哪里啊？这个老鼠位置在哪里？它有一个位置的这个坐标，哦 ，locator. Okay, also the file name. Okay, on top, left hand side top. Okay, there's a file name over here, layout 1. Okay, because we don't give any name for this new file, so the LT will automatically give you a name called layout 1. Okay, you can change the name later on when you save the file. Okay, so this is the name of the layout. Layout name and the file name, and also the cell name. Okay, cell name is on this side. So this is the layout name. This is a cell name. Actually, the cell means you want to design your device one by one. So each one you give a cell name. Okay, at the end you want to combine them together into a big structure, so you can input them from individual cells and then combine them together, become a large area called like tissue. You can consider the final as a tissue. Okay, individual cells have different function, so you can import individual cells, combine them together, become the final tissue. The tissue called layout. Okay, it's a bit easier to understand. So we can have different cells. So current cell we call cell 0. Okay, the cell 0. You can name different cells: cell 0, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. Different cells you can design different structure, different devices over there. Okay, there's a number 6 cell name, layer name. Okay, then number 7 layer name. Layer name is showing here. Okay, currently I select poly, it's poly 1, and if I push here, become poly 2. So this is a poly 2. And it's active area. This is a metal 1. This is a metal 2. So when you using your mouse to click on one, to select one of the materials over here, okay, so the material name was showing on the top. So all the material name, when you see, you can see all the material name has been listed here, okay, but not easy to recognize. So it'll be easy to recognize by using the palettes here, the different colors. So you can choose from different colors. It'll be easier for you to design. It's better than just look into all the names. Okay? And after they stick together, you can understand which layer, what's the relationship between them, because you have different colors over here. Okay, so it's a number, currently it's a number 7 layer name. Okay, the layer palette. So this area called the layer palette. 就调色盘 okay. Palette means we combine a lot of different layers, different colors here. So when we want to draw this kind of color, we just click on this color, and we can do the drawing. The drawing need to change this one to select. Okay, for example, we can draw different kind of structure here. Okay, right? Very simple. Just click on the material you want, and then select the structure, then do the join. That's it. Okay. There's a palette join tools. Okay, I just show you the join tools. So for the join tools, you need to select either of this structure showing here. Okay, see, Editor can provide you, this is a rectangle structure. The second one is a Manhattan structure. The Manhattan structure, you can do rectangle scenes. In addition to the rectangle scenes, it's a combination of different rectangle scenes together. All the angles are 90 degrees. This is called Manhattan structure. And the non-Manhattan structure. And you click on the right-hand side. Click on the left-hand right-hand side. Can start with a new structure. Click on the left-hand side. You stop the structure. Join. Okay. So it's called the join tools. So join tools have different kind of selection. So you even have a circle things, similar to circle. You can adjust the aspect ratio. Make it more like circle. I don't know. So it's not really circle. Let's see. Yeah, we will do adjustment later on. And also, now they add some function like a spatial structure, the curving structure or different structures. Okay. The ring structures. Okay. Yeah, those different structures are here. And also they can draw lines. This is a label. You can do the measurement by using these labels. Okay. Okay, so this is the join tools. And the status bar is on the bottom. Okay, so what you are doing now is showing on the bottom here. So you are doing the selection. Go back to the tools and do the selection now. So I'm doing the selection, so the result will be on the bottom. So I select the layer, it's an active area. The area is called active because it's chosen from the active, this kind of material. And the structure, area, and the size is showing here. So this is status currently they are doing, okay? And also, you need to, when you do the join, you need to look into this area. This area also showing if your mouse has 3 buttons, okay? So what's the function for these 3 buttons here? So the left-hand side button called the selection. Center called the move. So you can using the center button to move, to edit the structure. Because after you join, you find out that the size is not correct. You want to extend the boundary. You can using the center part, okay, to move your boundary forward or restrict the boundary. Okay, so the right-hand side is also selection, okay. So for example, I select this one, and I want to also extend the right-hand side part. So using my center button on the mouse, push on the right-hand side line, and try to extend. See extension? Now I'm using my center button of the mouse. You want to extend the top one? I step on here. Sorry. Okay. Okay. If you click on the line, so you can do the extension. If you click on the center, you can move the whole things. Okay. Okay. If you're using the left-hand button or right-hand button, you cannot move the subject. It's a kind of protection because sometimes people will be stupid. Okay, sometimes you move the object but you don't know. And they will give the final wrong results. So for protection, usually when you do the join, they won't allow you to move the object. So you want to move the object, you do using spatial button to move them. To click on here and try to move them. Okay, only the center button. So the mouse operation, not only for these 3, okay? So you can click on the control, you can see the change. When I push control, Okay, you can see the function change for the mouse. For example, the original select right button become now select edges. You can do a edge selection. If I push on the auto, everything change. You can move. You can deselect. If I push on the shift, you can change into the extended selection, move, edit, or extension selection. So if we combine two buttons, like shift and the control together, nothing happened, okay. Control and auto, let's see. Auto, control, nothing happened. Okay, yeah. Maybe the combination is not working. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, you can consider shift. Okay. So this is for the operation inside the drawing area. If you put this into the mouse into the palette area, you can see the mouse function changed as well on the button. Okay. So now I put the mouse into the palette area, for example here. So using right hand button of the mouse, you can do the choosing. Center part, you can hide the material because once you draw a lot of things on the figure, you want to see some material or some layers under some kind of things. You want to see the relationship. So it would be better to hide most of the material and only reveal the layer you want to see. So in this case, you can hide. Try to hide other material you don't want to see and leave only the material you want to see. For example, I want to hide this layer. So I'm using the center button of the mouse to hide this one. So all the green one disappear. Okay? Then I push it again. All the green one appear again. So you can freely to hide the layer you don't want to see and reveal only the layer you want to see. Okay?